The struggle of being into a girl who is so lost about the direction of her life currently, she is not even concerned about relationships at the moment, is real. I'm being as supportive as possible, and trying to be as helpful as she needs me to be, but at the same time, it also sucks. I bet this dude is gonna stop helping the moment she gets into a relationship with someone else. Hey everyone, Noble Xenon here, welcome back to the infamous Nice Guys. Let's get started. So, 75% of divorces are filed by women. I ask why? Just the letter Y. A nice guy always finish last. Most nice guys don't even finish at all. So do they finish last or not at all? Women love arrogance. Why? Once again, just the letter. I hear questions like this all the time, never get answers. I think it might be because your questions make no sense. Or, as the title suggests, you could say 75% of married men aren't creating an environment in which their wives want to stay with them. I guarantee he gets answers to these questions, they just aren't the answers he wants. I believe everyone here must already be familiar with the man versus bear situation. I'm absolutely disgusted by the amount of women who genuinely believe they're safer with a literal predator that could eat them alive than with me, or another man just because of our gender. This, coming from the gender that screams sexism and misogyny every chance they get, is a hypocrisy of planetary proportions. Planetary, good lord. Women just cannot look at men in a healthy way anymore. All this feminism rhetoric has brainwashed them all to think men are bad and actively out to hurt them. This is terrifying. This is extremely serious. These kinds of women could just snap at a man doing something completely innocent because they were on high alert around him and end up ruining his life with a false accusation. All it takes is one misunderstanding. This situation is extremely serious, and why I don't want to have anything to do with women anymore. It's been 3 years since my last relationship, and I intend to keep it this way. Someone who sees men in such a distorted way could never have a healthy relationship with one. It's also hurtful that I, someone who never hurt anyone, and always does his best to make people around him happy, always supports his friends in times of need, and has been a shoulder to cry on for many women in my life, could be seen as a danger in their eyes. I am literally terrified of women nowadays. Terrified and hurt. And the more situations like this happen in social media, the more my stance on this becomes cemented, and the more I want to stay away from them. Sounds like someone is more afraid of women than literal bears. This next one was just explaining how frustrating it is for the average nice guy. I know from personal experience I get over 100 messages a day on here. I don't sell content, I have a regular job, and I'm a mom of a larger family. A fair amount of men get angry and send a bunch of messages, demanding why I haven't responded. Why should anyone on here feel entitled to anyone else's time? I send out occasional first messages, but I don't worry about it if I didn't get a response. And the nice guy replies, "Yup, if I had tits like yours, I'd get a lot of messages too. For the record, I send out a very cordial email, and if I don't get a reply, I don't keep sending emails. That said, it's a tale to two different worlds when you're a chick with huge tits and a regular guy like me." Turns out if you get flooded with responses, you don't have the time nor the energy to respond to all of them. Who knew? The response? I didn't say you did any of that. I said that I was going to share what I've experienced in my 8 years on here. I was trying to explain why a lot of women aren't spending their time responding to all the messages they receive daily. And the nice guy responds, "Understood. I was just explaining how frustrating it is for the average nice guys. The number of guys always outnumber the females. It's a losing battle for us. I think the problem for you is more how you talk to women, especially when you refer to men as guys, but women as females." And now we go to Discord for this next one. Oh boy, Discord. Well, as a 6'2", 235 thoroughbred stud of a man, sir, are you a horse? You're talking like if you're a stallion or something. In my prime that loves like a lover, protects like a pit bull, fights like a lion, has the aim of a marine sniper, adheres to values that give me the strength to be that rock the people around me need, and last but not least, F's like a mother friggin' souped up adult star. F it, I don't want to come off as trying to be mean. You already take everything I say so unnecessarily negative. Let's just say, you can screw up and lose a great thing by taking solace in garnering the affection of two guys with no loyalty to either. Sir, this is Discord. Let's look at the context. Friend who is married in real life does role-playing on the internet. Her husband is fully aware. As a polyamorous character, she is upfront about this. Guy spends a few hours trying to convince her not to play a poly character, then drops this banger as his closing argument. Now some of you might be thinking bro might be role-playing as a big strong guy, but no, he's not actually referring to his character. He's talking about himself in real life with all these descriptors. Oh god, the cringe levels here have reached 1,000,000. This next one sure loves dropping F-bombs. It's titled, "Sounds like the kind of guy who takes credit for women getting the right to vote and then thinks he should be rewarded for giving us the gift of human rights. You friggin' women, we friggin' give you a mile and you friggin' take your friggin' mind and turn it into right away. We are effing you over. F being a nice guy. You're all con artist bloodsuckers." Bro thinks women are vampires or what? Bro sounded like he just discovered the F word, and now he feels the need to use it every other word. The rage in this one, unbelievable. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, then why not like, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell? For this next one, I helped you. What do you mean no? Muscle man assaults woman at Thai gym for rejecting his advances after he trained her for free. Footage of a woman being assaulted by an insanely muscular man was shared by Twitter page Red Skull. The incident took place on Monday, April 15th. That description though, not just muscular, insanely muscular. They wrote the messy story of a muscle man. The giant man was training the woman for free because he thought she had feelings for him, but in fact, she was just looking for a friend to help her train. So he got angry, grabbed the woman, and threw her on her head. What? They are both Chinese. The incident occurred at the Muscle Factory gym. The muscle man was standing closely behind her as they discussed something. Suddenly, in a fit of rage, the muscle man grabbed the woman from behind and threw her on the ground, resulting in her hitting her head against a door frame. The muscle man then offered to pay her off 20,000 baht in compensation for his actions, but he has not made the payment. The woman has yet to be paid. Damn, the guy's name is Anthony Hu and he is now looking for a new gym to train at. Also, please warn women about him. If you're in Thailand, watch out for this man. He is a danger to women and a danger to society. And now a quick little text. I think it makes you feel better believing that I'm not a genuine guy, so you don't have to worry about missing out. Well, if you have to try so hard to convince people that you're a genuine guy, you're probably not. This next one is dropping some wisdom for men. He claims this is for men only. If any women here try to read this, you'll spontaneously explode, I guess. If you decided to be a bad man because you figured out it was easier to get women being bad than it was being good, which is true, then you're a slave to the Gucci. Don't let women's attraction triggers define your morality for you. They're fools who reward toxic behavior. They friend-zone nice guys, date bad boys, and complain their exes were abusive. They are obviously very poor judges of character, despite their so-called intuition, in quotes, and even drawn to the evil and outright criminal. Such men get many women. Don't let their preferences guide you. A woman would reject a man for being unsuccessful or weak, but not for being ruthless or cruel. In fact, she would find reasons to rationalize how he, in actual fact, isn't really that bad, and is just misunderstood. Oh yes, the so-called misunderstood bad boy. Women are attracted to masculine ruthlessness, even when immoral. This is why they always complain about men, and have such a negative view about men, and get hurt so badly by men. Their own natures attract them to the very worst men have to offer. Nice woman blaming there, nice guy. Women are attracted to negative, dark, toxic masculinity at a very primitive level, and this is why catering to this aspect of female psychology isn't the answer. This is allowing them to lead you and dictate your morality, simply so you can orgasm. Being ruthless in a noble and patriarchal way is infinitely harder, but far, far better for for your soul? The answer to this is to integrate your shadow, whatever that means. Likewise, sociopathic egotists tend not to lead successful families, even though they have no problems getting the ladies and reproducing. Oh, that sweet, sweet coochie. Being evil is an effective short-term strategy for casual flings and short-term relationships, but a terrible strategy for creating a dynasty, because I guess getting laid casually requires you to be on some kind of villain arc. And now, why are some men like this? This Friday I went on a date with a guy my friend set me up with. The date was good-ish, but I do not see a future here. I don't think I can sit through another date with him talking about crypto. Oh god, we have ourselves a crypto bro here. Watch out. But I also do not want to be rude. After the date, he asked me if we could go back to his place. I told him no. He kept insisting that it will be fun. He got mad and asked to pay him back his $25. The whole meal costed $50. He said if he is not getting laid tonight, then he doesn't want to waste his money. So it is only fair if I pay my half back. Sir, you are basically trying to pay women who are not sex workers. That's not gonna work. I told him you can't just buy me for $50. Even they cost more than that. And being the petty person that I am, I paid him $30 and told him $5 are the tips. Later, when I arrived home, he messaged on Instagram. He said that he wants to advise me that if I do not want to put out, then I shouldn't even go on dates and waste a guy's money. That he is a nice guy, and that women do not appreciate nice guys, and he told me I will hit the wall soon, and I will regret rejecting a good guy like him. I obviously blocked him and told my friend not to set me up with clowns like this. This guy is 29, almost 30, and still acts like a child. I thought these clowns only existed in memes. Never thought I would encounter one in real life. Well, unfortunately for you, these individuals do exist in real life, even if many of them do stick around on the internet for far too long. This next one sent a long old message, coming from a guy that abused OP almost a year after they left him. The blocked name is their best friend. Hope you got the outcome you hoped for. I've been wanting closure on this for months. You've pushed things to be where they are now, and I've always said I feared things would play out this way. I'm more than glad I made good friends through it, though. I hope things get better for you. Nobody blames you. Nobody hates you. They hate your best friend. A lot of people see the same light in you I always saw. They blame your best friend. You ever want to talk, I'm here. I don't hate you. I hate hearing you can hear how miserable they are every time they speak now. I know you aren't happy. I always wanted peace. I wanted growth. I had to seek that without you. I still do love you. If you need to reach out, I'm always here. Wish you the best on your journey. And not only did bro get blocked, OP is also happier than they've ever been. This next one claims to be such a good man. Hope you're well. Thank you. Hope you're too. Well, gotta say wasn't thrilled at how you stopped talking to me and treated me. You went full 180 on me, but better in the long run. Just wanted you to know it sucked and I did nothing to deserve that from you. Typically we see a nice guy 180, but this one seems to be accusing the OP of that so-called 180. You're still hung up on this? I set a boundary with you, someone I just met. I don't have to talk to you. I don't owe you my time. We had no commitment to each other. Oh, but these nice guys, they just want it all. Bravo for showing your age. No, I'm dating someone else, but just talked about people we've dated/flirted with. And I was just like, she does this to me, she does it to everyone, so why not tell her so she's aware? I'm a good man, don't need to be talked down to, especially by you. And you're right, you owe me nothing but respect, as I gave it to you. Peace out, kid. Kid? I don't think you know me well enough to know how I treat everyone. We never dated, and ultimately, we hardly knew each other. You should just focus on your new partner. I wish you the best. Some of these nice guys really think they know everything about other people, but really they know nothing. They oftentimes just base it on assumptions they read online or something. If you're in another relationship, then why are you so worried, my dude? Admiral Fantastic comments, apart from the boundary issues here, can we just take a second that he's mad he didn't get enough attention from someone he considers a kid? OP replies, I was thinking the same thing. It really flags him as someone who enjoys a power dynamic when you consider that he's also started being controlling and possessive of my time when I barely knew him and we were merely texting. For reference, he's 36 and I'm 25, so yeah. Well, and we have even more text for this next one. The nice guy first sends a lot of texts in a row. Your roll is too slow. Mine is too fast. I thought we could meet somewhere in the middle. Well, I adore you, but you aren't honest. Nothing about you is believable. I don't WTF is wrong with you. Trauma maybe? You're nuts. Nuts. Someone offers you happiness, and you won't accept it. Who has time for this kind of BS? I don't. I'm enamored by you. I do like you, in all caps, but you're way too hung up on yourself. Very, very selfish. I just can't with selfish people. Sucks for you. You will never be happy. That's obvious to me. Good luck. And after that text after text after text after text from the nice guy, we finally get a reply. Keep playing the victim. You'll find that doesn't get you far. Scroll back. Look at how many questions you asked of me. How much you know about me. I'm not the least bit insulted by your rant. You do not know me, therefore you cannot insult me. If it makes you feel better, go ahead. I've dealt with worse. None of which you have inquired about while you whine incessantly about your daily struggle. I wish you the best, and as someone who can commiserate, I choose to rise above and celebrate. How many questions did you ask about me? And the nice guy replies, damn it, I'm so weak. I had no intentions to come crawling back to you and seek forgiveness, but my brain will not forget about you. So F, man, it's like a spell has been cast over me. I purposely deny myself happiness. Why do I do that? Why? Okay, you're not too busy for me. I bet you've responded to emails and texts today. Maybe for work, because you know they're a lot more important. That's my point. You are never going to be happy because you won't allow a man to love you. That sucks so badly for you. Grow old alone. That's obviously what you want. Enjoy the F out of being alone. So dumb. I've just moved on. Oh yeah, I'm sure you have. It's not that hard for me to attract women, never has been, but you act like you're God's gift to this world. Way too much effort for me, LOL. Good luck with that shit in all caps. It's not that hard. He's moved on, he says after 1,000 lines of text. And now, thanks to social media, men these days are wondering why they aren't attracting a partner, or even appealing to women. A friend I made at the gym, about 22, who's struggling with women, not a bad-looking guy necessarily, but just doesn't have the social aspect of how to approach women and even gets let down easy by them. He's a bit taller than me, so right there that makes me wonder that looks aren't necessarily all that they're cracked up to be. However, now with social media, we have all these determining factors of what women are looking for. Height, weight, income, etc. And men who don't care for those things aren't becoming aware that women are being brainwashed into expecting these things. Brainwashed? Good lord. The start to this post wasn't even too bad. A lot of women don't understand that the confidence that a man builds up to approach a woman is probably the most vulnerability a man can show. And when he's rejected, a majority of men take it so incredibly hard that they frankly just give up and never try again, and become sour about it. Rejection is hard, but it's not women's fault that you're taking rejection so terribly. But also, we have a lot of men who are now more single in greater numbers than we've seen in the last 10 years, and they honestly don't know why nobody wants them when a majority of them are good people, hard-working, loyal men. But because they lack certain things, and even minor things, they're overlooked by a majority of women. And the reply? Women won't admit it, but they're attracted to a-holes. They mostly go after frat bros, pampered athletes, and spoiled rich kids. They're in denial about that, but we all know it's true. There's plenty of nice guys. They're just not attracted to them. That would be totally okay if they would just be honest about that and quit gaslighting everyone into thinking that all these nice guys just happen to not be attractive. That's obviously not true. Oh, and do not forget the criminals. Nice guys once again assuming that women are only attracted to bad boys, and that's why it's all women's fault if something bad happens to them. And now the passport bros strike again. Anybody else notice everything we put together for ourselves as men, they tear it down by making it out to be something of either evil intent or for not real men? Passport bros. How it started and its true meaning. Men a part of it just wanted to experience dating somewhere else and had nothing but good intentions and just wanted to start a family, and were even willing to learn new languages and integrate into a new culture respectively, etc. The problem because when these nice guys make no attempt to integrate into that new culture and just want to take advantage of women. Passport bros. When mainstream media got a hold of it, some shitty Western tourists were always doing shitty things in other countries before and after passport bros became a thing, but they grouped them all together in order to associate it with something negative in order to control the public perception, so they see it as a sinister closer movement, and since it involves men, no one even questions it. MGTOW, how it started, and its true meaning: men just wanting to find happiness and fulfillment without the need of a partner through hobbies, activities, etc. MGTOW, when mainstream media got a hold of it: evil misogynists. Well, if certain individuals, part of that movement, did not complain about women so much, and were truly going your own way, then perhaps y'all would have a little more credibility. Video games, which by the way is not exclusive to men, so I don't know why it's on here. What it really means to men: being able to immerse ourselves in a new world, having fun and creating memories with friends and family, feeling of accomplishment when you get better at it, etc. Video games, when mainstream media got a hold of it: it's for men to rehearse their homicidal fantasies and bring them to reality. It's for losers, basement dwellers, not for real men, etc. Honestly, people who say that video games are only for losers, they're stupid. And the media who likes to exaggerate about video games, it's just fear-mongering. They do that shit for attention and views. But again, men are not the only ones who play video games. I'm starting to realize that anything that involves us finding any sort of path that doesn't involve the benefit and or approval of Western society / media / women, it's automatically bad, even if what you're doing is not harming anyone. And if you don't comply, you're shamed, insulted, and or laughed at, and it's completely socially acceptable as long as your gender is male. We're harshly judged for everything we do and don't do, and I'm honestly so tired of this. This next one starts over on Snapchat. It's does. You're still young and dumb and live in the city, which is usually a pretty big indicator of people who don't really know much about the real world, but hey, implying that cities are not a part of the real world, what? I'd comfortably say that 95% of women get to like late 20s, early 30s and start being biologically drawn to real men, not boys. The kind of guys you're talking about are boys, and there's nothing wrong with liking them at your age, but trust me, your taste in men will change a lot when you get older, and it's not toxic masculinity, it's just masculinity. Oh my god, dude, toxic masculinity does not mean that all masculinity is toxic. Healthy masculinity exists as well. Masculinity and strong males are the backbone of societies. That's not just my opinion, that's fact. It's writing in every study or piece of literature about thriving societies ever. There's a distinct lack of real men these days, and that's why there's a lot of effed shit going on at the moment. I'd like to see how you define real men. That's got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Men do have to be strong mentally, physically, and emotionally. No, they don't. That's our biological job and role in society. And what do women have to be? Well, it depends if you're talking about like biological roles, or women nowadays can do whatever they want. There's no such thing as biological roles. I don't think you understand, so can men. What do you mean? Yes, there is. So, what's a biological role then? And then the conversation moves on to Tinder. I seriously think you should do some reading. You have the logical knowledge of a friggin' brick, sweetheart. Get out of your lefty city circles. You'll just be unhappy. You'll cuss me out now, but 30-year-old you will know I'm right, or you'll just be a sad, lonely, single, middle-aged woman. I couldn't care less. If you couldn't care less, then why are you texting me here? 'Cause people like you are so wrong and see the world through such a narrow, manipulated, twisted, and uneducated lens that it legit gives me chest pains trying to talk to you. But I know if people like you don't hear sense, sometime you'll never change. Honestly, I'm done with this convo. But if you do just one thing, watch some Jordan Peterson. You're being lied to by so many people and systems. Oh boy, and with that, I'm done with this video. So, I'd like to thank all of my channel members, especially Amethyst Phoenix, Jade Demby, Catalin Cormendi, Mike Hawk, Hold Up, Nightcrawler, Stormcloud the Wolf, VicMeister1999, Zoe Horsham, and Goodnight Cheems. If you'd like to join, just click the join button below. Feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell if you enjoyed it, and feel free to comment if you've got something on your mind.